Welcome back, guys. So this is our first tutorial for the DevOps fundamental with the CI/CD. In this, basically, it's a complete tutorial. In this, we will learn the DevOps best practices in the CI/CD using the Jenkins and the AWS Linux, Ansible, and the Git. So that is the complete tutorial where we can follow all the best practices that is required for the DevOps and what all the tools that we will cover in the DevOps. So after the completion of this course, you will may know the good amount of the DevOps knowledge with all the relative tools and that you can use in your organization to implementing the DevOps best practices. So start with this introduction tutorial. First, we will understand what is DevOps. So DevOps is a set of practices or the software, the combination of the software that basically provide your deployment in the shortened time. So it's a continuously integration with the delivery software. Using that, you can deploy your application to the customer in the shortened period of the time. Like in the previous days, if we discuss when we provide a deployment or we want to available that application for your customer, first the developer have to develop the application, and before releasing the application to the customer, we have to do the 3 to 4 hours operation work. A lot of operations work is required to release the application. Then only that application is available for the customer. That will take 3 to 4 hours time at least for the deployment. But in the nowadays, if you consider all the Google and the Amazon or the big companies, they are doing deployment in a minute or the 30 seconds or the less than of the time. So how they can achieve that this kind of the fast deployment, or they are deploying in the application in the 1 or 2 minutes of the time. So these are the possible only the because of the DevOps, where we can automate each and every practices and the processes, and then we can deploy the application in the DevOps model continuously. So using the automation DevOps practices and the tools that is available for that, we can achieve the faster deployment, and we can provide the operations time shorten, and then we can deploy the application in a minute or the less than a minute time also. So that is the basically the DevOps. That is the practices on the combination of the softwares, and then that can provide a high quality software in the short time. So basically it's a combination of the development and the operations. So if we consider the definition that is provided by the AWS, so that is the DevOps. It's our company and that is the customer. So we have to build our application, then we have to test our application, and then we will release that application for that customer, and then it's available. So if you do these all the things manually, then it will take time. But in the DevOps, we will create a DevOps pipeline, and we will automate, build, test, and release each and everything using the DevOps tool automatically, and then we can release that particular software to the customer in the lesser time. So that is the DevOps model. And that basically we will return your code, and that is available for the customer using the automatic CI/CD pipeline. Now we will go through the what all the things that we will cover in this course. So we will cover that continuous integration and the continuous delivery practices. That is very common if you are learning the DevOps world, that continuous integration, the CI, and the continuous delivery, the CD, both are the very common practices that every company is following nowadays. So we will cover the CI and the CD part in this tutorial. Also for the tool, we will cover the Docker, AWS Linux, because in the DevOps world, nobody is using Windows machine for the deployment purpose. Everybody is using a Linux machine only. So we will create a Linux server on the AWS machine, and then we will install all the required software there, and then perform the DevOps operation on the Linux machine only. So that we will cover the AWS Linux also. Then we will use the Ansible and Jenkins for the deployment purpose. Git we will use as a repository, and Maven and Ceph basically as a build tool. These all the tools we will cover in this tutorial. So start with the very basic, because I'm creating this tutorial for the beginner level. So if you have the no knowledge, prior knowledge of the DevOps also, then you can also learn this tutorial and you can start practicing on the DevOps. So first I'm starting with the basics of the deployment. What is the deployment and what all the things that we have to perform while doing the deployment. Suppose there is an application that I have created, then that application we want to deploy so that our customer can access and they can access that website. It's like a any website that we can deploy on the server. So that is the code that is available on my local machine and we have developed successfully. And then what is the process to the application that is developed successfully to available for the customer? For that, we need to understand the two terminology. One is the application server and second one the hosted server. Application server is nothing, it's a kind of a software that provide an environment to run the application on it. So suppose you have installed one application server, it's a kind of a software, then we whatever the code that is written in here, we have to place that code into the application server. That application server support HTTP request and responses, and using that HTTP request and response, we can able to access that application. That's the way that we are accessing the website, like HTTP and then www, then the website domain name. In a similar way, the application that is available here, we have to place that application on the application server, and then using that IP, we can access it. But is it like this? We have to place this whole code onto this application server? No. First, we have to build this code using that any build tool, and then we will generate any build file, and that build file we will need to place on the application server. That we will go in the detail when we will start the deployment process and the installing the software. But in the basic, we have created the application, and then we need to install the application server, and that application server will provide the environment on that our application will run. Second thing is the hosted server. Hosted server is nothing, it's like a physical machine. Suppose it's my personal laptop. In this laptop, I have installed an application server. Then my laptop will become a hosted server for that particular application server. So in the hosted server is nothing, it's a physical machine. In that we will install the application server. So suppose in a machine, we will install the application server, that particular machine will become as a hosted server. So suppose that is the IP of my machine, or in this machine in the port 8080, we are running the application server. So if we make this IP as a public, using that particular IP and the port name, we can access the application server. Inside the application server, our application is present. Using that, we can access our application. So that is the way. First, we have to install the application server, and then we have to place our application onto the application server, and then we have to provide the hosted server public IP and the port number. On that port number, that application server is running, and using that particular IP, we can access our application. But you are thinking like, if we opening a normal application where you can see the domain name is there, like aws.amazon.com. But in our case, we are saying like we need to access the application using this IP and port number. Then another story will come as a domain name. For the domain name, if you search on that domain name for the internet, there are multiple domain name providers available, like GoDaddy or multiple. So using that company, you can go and purchase the domain name that is required for your site. Suppose we have purchased that domain name like aws.amazon.com, that is domain name for the Amazon. They have purchased that particular domain name from their domain provider. Then we have to configure our hosted server to that particular domain name. Then only we can access this particular application using that particular domain name. So first we have to install the application server, and then we have to make this hosted server IP as a public and the port number, and then we will purchase domain name, any domain name provider, and then we will map this IP to this particular domain name, and then we can access our application using that particular domain name. So that is the basic of deployment that is required when we need to perform a deployment of any application. So this is the first tutorial in that we have covered the basic. In the next tutorial, we will create a AWS Linux machine, and that we will install all the required software and then start practicing with all the DevOps like Jenkins and all these things. In the second lecture, we will create a AWS Linux machine and then see how to install software on that machine for that DevOps purpose. And the second lecture also, I will share that project for the practicing purpose in my Git repository, so you can download that project and you can use that project for your DevOps practicing purpose. So That's all for this lecture. If you have any questions or query, you can reach out to me on the LinkedIn. And my LinkedIn URL is given on the description box. So in the next lecture, we will create a AWS machine and start practicing practically with the DevOps. So that's all. Thank you. Thanks for your time.